is Colorado football going to start a new civil war? Nobody is indifferent about Colorado football. You were either all the way in or all the way out.
Yeah, Saturday was the crisis point because I think both sides. If you love Deion and love what he's doing at Colorado, you walked away from that game saying,
right.
"I am right. I am." You know, because like the hoopla, all the celebrities that they kept showing, the fact that they come back to win, the fact that you have a team in Colorado. I believe Colorado State won 4 games last year. Colorado,
they went 3-9.
They won 3 games last year.
All right.
Colorado, we know they won 1 game last year.
Sure.
You have a rivalry that nobody in the last has ever given a shit about.
Right.
Suddenly, a lot of this country is staying up till 2 a.m. to watch. So if you're someone that's like Deion is awesome and is awesome for the sport, you walk away from that saying, "I'm right. Suck it, haters." If you're a Deion hater, you walk away from this game saying, I was right because Colorado's a fraud and they're not actually that good and they were a 24-point favorite and then they ran onto the field to celebrate the win. So therefore I'm right. And to your point, I think that's where we arrived on Sunday morning. Everyone woke up and said, I'm right.
Well, the real truth I believe is in the middle. Deion is the biggest story in college football and he has done a remarkable job at Colorado. I think they're going to win 6 games. And that is from where they were.
Hold on.
That's amazing. Oh, my goodness. So we got schedule read
this
early on a Monday?
I'm read the schedule.
This
I got to
quickly?
do it. I got to do it. Because if you're going to say they're going to win 6 games, I think the people at home deserve to have the schedule read to them.
So I think they're going to win 6 games, maybe 7. It depends if they can beat Arizona or not. I think they have come a long way. The problem is, don't let me ruin the narrative by saying a real football observation here, because nobody actually uses real football observations when looking at this thing. They just don't have the beef up front. They have the skill position players. They have the defensive backs. They have the quarterback. They don't have the beef up front. Like, they couldn't get to the Colorado State quarterback, and they couldn't keep Colorado State off their quarterback.
Yeah, they don't have depth either.
But that being said, like, they were kind of dead in the water, and Shedeur Sanders led them 98 yards in a minute and a half to tie a game, and then had to get the 2-point conversion. Like, they were faced with their own mortality in that game, and came through, and they passed that with a bullet.
Yeah. They did do that.
That's what they did.
All right, so let's. You say 6 wins. They already have 3.
Right.
So that means
they're
going to win 3 more games.
I think they're going to go 3-2 after USC and Oregon coming up.
Let's read some
Oh,
schedules.
I'm sorry. Did I read too much schedule
Let's
there?
read some schedules. At Oregon this Saturday.
I believe that's a loss.
You believe that is a loss. I think most people did. Travis Hunter is not going to play in this game.
Correct.
Do we know what his injury is? It's probably a cracked rib.
It could be a cracked rib. It could be a shoulder. And another thing. This online discourse about this hit, people act like this guy should be thrown in jail. He should never play football again. Like, was it a questionable, dirty hit? Yeah, but it was a questionable, dirty football hit. This happens in football every now and then.
Yeah.
Like, this is not something.
Right.
I don't think this guy woke up that morning saying, I'm going to go break Travis Hunter's rib. I think he was tired of the bullshit and was sending a message early in the game, and it was late and it was dirty and it deserved a 15-yard penalty, but that's it. That's what it deserved.
So you're saying the pussification of America is on full display with how
I'll have that blog later.
Okay,
guys.
all right.
Yes.
At Oregon,
volume 29 of my Pussification of America blog series is coming out later.
You really don't want me to read the schedule.
So we got at Oregon,
USC at home.
I think that's 2 losses.
At Arizona State,
I think that's a win.
that's a win.
So we're at 4-2.
Stanford at home,
5-2.
that's a win.
And now it gets a little bleak after this.
Then it becomes interesting.
Yeah.
We'll say at UCLA.
They're ranked right now. I think that could be a loss. Although it could be a win,
Could be a
loss.
winner. That's
Yeah.
See, this
But
is
I
why
would lean
this
loss.
is why we read the schedules, because it could go either way.
I would lean loss. I would lean loss.
Will they be favored in that game, you think?
I doubt it.
Yeah, because by then
Depends on
they'll
what
be a little more-
UCLA's been a very quiet team. They played nobody so far, but they're killing teams. So it depends on what UCLA does against their first 2.
Oregon State at home.
Oregon State's too good.
Oregon State is probably better. Not even probably. I think Oregon State's better than Colorado. But
Oregon
that does
State's a
feel-
sneaky playoff
I still
contender.
think Colorado has one more like magical upset up their sleeve.
They could.
And that could be the game.
That could be the game, but I think
where-
Oregon State's really fun. I think Oregon State's the worst matchup in the country for them because they're going to just run. I don't think Colorado has a defensive line to stand it.
I feel like because it's either going to be this is why we read the schedules, Brandon, because this is important. The people need to know this. If you're someone like me that believes that Colorado still has one Folsom Field magical moment left,
Well, that could
left in
be
the
USC
tank.
in a couple weeks.
Could be USC. It seems more likely. They play Stanford at home. That's not even magical.
No,
But
that's Sacramento State just beat Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford stinks. And then it's Oregon State and Arizona. Those are the only two Those are the only other two. It could be Arizona. It could be like an Arizona situation with.
You didn't even read the whole schedule.
You want me to keep
well,
going?
I just don't. I don't know how committed
at Washington
you are.
State.
I don't know how
Utah.
committed you are to schedule reading. That's all.
At Washington State, and then at Utah, and then versus Bama in the Insight.com Bowl.
It was wild that the entire country was up watching that at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
This wasn't USC Oregon. This was Colorado State. And that does show the magic of the man that is coaching that team. Like he has I think next year he could join the playoff contenders when he gets the beef up front. Until then, I think he's doing a remarkable job.
It's so perfect too, because all the people that hate that everyone talks about Deion and he's getting way too much media attention, they can't resist. They can't. You could put out like a bunch of different. I guarantee like the #1 click story on all these websites is about Deion Sanders in Colorado. So all these people that say like enough of this shit, they're also hypocrites because they want to jump in the mud and talk about how much they don't care. It's really, really fascinating.
That's fine, but I think the online discourse about all the hate Deion gets is disproportionate to the actual hate Deion gets. I don't know how much hate he's getting. He's getting some. There's no doubt about it. I don't know how. I think
it's ramping up now because, like I said, I think there were people that were like, "What? You're a Deion hater." The people that were like,
"See, that's the thing.
Why are
that's
we talking
exactly
about?"
What I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. At no point have I hated on that.
And look how mad you are right now. This is what we're dealing with. A Deion hater like you just screams. It's Monday morning. It's not even.
Did I scream
have breakfast
yet?
I didn't even have breakfast yet.
I didn't even do that. I didn't even do that.
Why can't we talk about the important issues in college football?
I led with Deion. It was my choice what to lead with, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Okay. This game had it all. Fumble.
Somebody give me my pen. Does Alabama stink?
I'm not done talking about Colorado. I want to talk about this Colorado State. What got glossed over because Offset was there, because The Rock was there, because...
Why does Offset go first? All those people that were there.
I'm over The Rock. I'm over The Rock.
You're over The Rock?
I'm over The Rock.
How could you be over The Rock?
The Rock The Rock is he's not even a real person anymore. He's just like an entity. That like the Rock thinks...
I don't even know what Offset is.
Did you see the moment on the broadcast where they're like, those penalties Offset, and then they cut to him?
I did not.
That was very cool.
Pretty clever, yeah.
Mark Jones was both the best and the worst guy to have called
No. When that motherfucker, when he said, yeah, you're right. But when he said at the end, "Do you believe now?"
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, we don't. Sorry, Mark. Like that was just a wild thing to say.
But that's why he was perfect.
Yeah, I guess so.
And he had all the hacky. Mark Jones is.
He absolutely just wanted to be on the sideline with the Rock and the rappers. Yeah.
If you're a Miami fan, are you pissed at the Rock?
No, because I think they've lost the Rock long ago. I think the Rock belongs to America now. He's going to go wherever the wind blows.
The Rock and Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin too.
Well, Michael Irvin was at the Nebraska.
Did you see
game.
Todd Gurley's tweet?
No.
Todd Gurley, Georgia, great. Went to the Georgia-South Carolina game, and he tweeted, "I can't believe I went to this game. Coach Prime turned me up." He's like, "Georgia sucks. I'm a Colorado guy now." It was just so weird.
Michael Irvin went to the Nebraska game when Miami was hosting A&M that same Saturday, which is not a blockbuster can't miss game, but it is like the big non-conference game for his alma mater, and he was in Boulder for Colorado, Nebraska. But I was going to say, for all the shit that went on, we had 10 personal fouls called on Colorado State. All of them were deserving. Which one wasn't?
The illegal blindside block, I think, was borderline. I think it was borderline.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Who would be the funniest if a white celebrity akin to Deion's fame became the coach of a college football team? Who would be the funniest people? Like if Ellen DeGeneres was on the sideline.
Who's the whitest guy that could tap in?
Oh my God, there's Drew Carey.
Who's the white guy that goes to the black community and brings like all the whiteness to
Look, Ryan Seacrest is leading the team out.
Ryan Seacrest is the one.
Is that fucking Jeff Probst? That'd be great. Just the white Deion just comes out with a bunch of shitty celebrities.
The highlight for this game for me, though, the funniest nugget out of this game that got lost in all of this shit we're talking about is that at one point the Colorado State kicker lines up for a field goal, and Mark Jones just slips it in that he's 31 years old, married with 3 kids.
Okay.
He just slips it in there.
All right. This is happening with regularity. He did just slip it in there. kickers all of a sudden just have life stories. Kickers, you'll see a punter that's like been in jail with tattoo sleeves. Every punter is Australian. Now you got this 31-year-old. Virginia's got a 34-year-old running around. Like every kicker and punter now in college football has life experience.
I'm old enough to remember when kickers in football were just soccer players that were sick of being called pussies. And then they were like, fine, I'll play football and just kick the
Had
football.
a bunch of vowels in their name. Yeah. Is this college football's response to like the college kicker phenomenon where college kickers couldn't make kicks? So they said, well, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go get some guys with life experience. Because that guy's not worried. If he's 31 with 3 kids and he's making a mortgage.
He's not rattled. Yeah, he's not rattled. This guy's not rattled. He's
guy's seen
not,
some shit.
He's not. The Colorado student section waving their arms behind the goalpost is not exactly going to rattle this man.
All right. Now, it was another online discussion, but what do you make of Colorado storming the field?
I don't care. I'm pro storm the field, storm the court.
I don't care either, but I think the national mood is going too far towards just let them have fun. Let them have fun.
Don't do this.
They need to.
Don't do this.
Don't they need to be earned a little bit? Like
No.
it needs to be a big occasion.
Earn what?
It needs to be a big occasion, right? Doesn't it need to be a big? Or otherwise, it's not special. If we're just gonna do it all the time,
It doesn't need to be special. It needs to be fun. That's all that matters. All that matters. If you're someone running onto the field, all you give a shit about is just like, would this be fun to jump over the thing and run on the field? Yes.
Have you ever stormed the field?
I did. When I was at the 1-2 game, Ohio State, Michigan, when I was
42-39.
Yeah. We beat
2006.
Michigan. I was because I didn't know I was gonna be on the basketball team, so I went to Ohio State. I thought I was just gonna be a normal student, so I bought like student section tickets.
Sure.
And I was a freshman, so an out-of-state freshman at that, so they put my ass like in the worst seats in the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Which is to say, when we beat Michigan, I was like at the very top of the shoe. So
Your student section isn't first come, first serve?
No, it wasn't back then, at least.
Huh. I thought all student sections were just like blank tickets and just get there.
They probably are now. I mean, I don't know, but back then I had like the worst seat.
That was decades ago.
It took me like 30 minutes to get to the field. We're storming the field. And
storming the field on the upper deck is a commitment.
I stopped at the bathroom on the way.
By the time you got there was a cart picking up the pylons. Yeah. I stormed.
We know.